everyone, I'm Eric Graham, one of the real estate tech guys, and I'm here to reintroduce and reshoot the show because last week when we had Omar Ramirez in here, Sam, our producer, totally screwed up the focus. So we're reshooting the opening. Really interesting guy, has a ton of experience and is looking at sort of that overlap from the focus on buildings to really the focus on people, which is what all this space is developed and made for. So we look forward to bringing this segment to you right now. And Sam, don't screw up next time. Thanks.
My role at Atlassian is workplace experience, projects, and research and development. And what that means is my team is responsible for opening up all of our new offices, taking them from the beginning of design, the briefings, and taking them all the way through new openings. And then beyond that, also looking at how we research and develop the kind of future solutions we want to use as a workplace experience team as a whole.
And one of the reasons that I think you're a perfect guest for the topic at hand is because you are at one of the fastest growing tech companies right now. You guys have had an amazing run over the past few years. So I'm sure that's been exciting to be part of, but I am also sure that there's been a whole bunch of challenges and opportunities for you. As you guys have been going through this growth and the transition for your role, what would you say have been kind of the two or three most challenging pieces? I guess the first part would be from transitioning from the FM role to the kind of workplace leadership role.
Yeah, well, Atlassian is growing very quickly, and that's really, really great. We're obviously very happy about that. We have based all of our decisions and everything we do as a workplace experience team on our values. We're always calling back to the values of the company. I think that's a really important part of our culture. We define that, culture as systems, practices, and beliefs or values that you espouse, and we really want the workplace to be a reflection of that. So there's challenges at scale. Growing office by office by office is always challenging, but I think they become less challenging when you have a really good platform to stand on. And for us, that really is those corporate values that we have as a company. It's definitely been a big challenge scaling with the company and trying to grow the team and, in that sense, grow that experience as we define it. And that's been, I think, also the fun part, right? We consider those opportunities as opposed to challenges.
And you talk about experience. What does that mean to Atlassian for an employee?
Yeah, well, I think we're definitely seeing a really big transition in the traditional facilities management world. Moving from facilities management being the defined kind of nomenclature to experience, workplace experience. And the reason we say workplace experience as Atlassian is because we're not just looking at the building as the building is one piece of it, right? The building is one piece of workplace experience. We're looking at the entire employee life cycle as the experience, right? Every experience that an employee has with the company, from the beginning of their first interview to the end of their last day in the office or remote, that is the employee experience, and that is what the workplace experience team should be thinking about. And I think one big part of this is that our org as an organization sits underneath the leadership team of the people org, right? So we report directly to the chief people officer of the company. And in that aspect, we're acting as advocates as opposed to the traditional vertical, which is underneath finance, where you're kind of acting as an enforcer of the budget instead, right? You're coming from a budget side instead of coming from a people side. And so I think that's a big factor for us.
And are there other members of this transition team that are coming from the FM side, or are you really the only one there? How does that look?
No, so actually I came up from, I started my career in workplace at Google's mailroom in New York City. And worked my way up, so it was kind of a fun way to work your way up. But there's a lot of people with varying backgrounds, as any good team should be. We have a diverse background, diverse mindset, which is really great. We have people who with architectural backgrounds. We have people with mechanical engineering backgrounds. We have people with art backgrounds. And so I think that in that sense, workplace experience teams should be made up of people with varying backgrounds. Diverse backgrounds, because that's where you get the best ideas and that's where you get the best product in the end.
I like that. And I really love what you said earlier about how you're really an advocate for the employees. representing their wants and needs. And so I guess, what do employees want today?
Well, I think our end goal is to kind of discern between what they want and what they really truly need to be productive. There's always kind of that I think separation between the heart and the mind sometimes, between like the things you want and desire and the things you actually need to be productive. And a lot of our job is to study employees, do interviews with them, do deep dives with teams, and figure out what those individual teams need. I think the biggest thing for us is that we're looking at everybody as an individual now, as opposed to in larger groups. And it's kind of the opposite. It's a little counterintuitive to what you would think as a company gets larger. You think we'd be thinking of people as less as individuals and more of just like clumps of employees. But we're really trying to think of them as individuals because we want to know what the nuances that makes that employee more productive. And that, in the end, makes the company more productive. And the employee experience, I think what people want now is people want a variety of spaces, which I think, all the leading studies are kind of pointing towards, right? Like, too open is bad, too closed is bad. We want to be somewhere in between on the pendulum. I mean, it's always a swinging pendulum. But employees want a variety of spaces. They want to work the way they want to work. They want to have flexible policies around being able to do their work where they want to do it, whether that's at home or at a cafe on their way to work or taking calls from a car, et cetera. Employees want to be able to be as mobile as their phone enables them to be in your normal life, right? Like if this device is, what makes your life go, our workplace has to keep up with that, right? We have to try to bend ourselves to the same kind of whims that the phone is kind of bent to now, because this personal device really enables anything, and the workplace has to do the same.
Omar, a big thank you from the Real Estate Tech guys. This was a great session. We appreciate you taking the time. It's interesting when we go into these, we know we have a topic, but I'm never really sure what the title of the video is going to be, but I have a feeling this one may be about the experience economy. I really like that concept, and I think you articulated that well.
Thanks again, Omar. For all of our viewers out there, if you want to learn more about the work that Omar is doing, you can go to Atlassian.com/careers, and that'll point you to information about what Atlassian is talking about for employees in general. If you want to learn more or follow us at Crowd Comfort and at the Real Estate Tech Guys, go to our homepage at crowdcomfort.com, click on Real Estate Tech Guys, and you'll be there.
I'm Omar Ramirez, and I'm a real estate tech guru.